So, so in the previous lecture, we have studied about the construction of the PNP and NPN transistors and working of both the PNP and the NPN transistor. Okay, so if you observe this slide, you can find out the BJT, that is a transistor, bipolar junction transistor. It is having three terminals. Okay, so and it is a symbol for the PNP transistor. Arrow is inward, and whereas NPN transistor, the arrow is outside, coming to outside. Okay, so this is the basic difference for the PNP and NPN transistor circuit symbols. Okay, and after this we will discuss about the different currents which are flowing in the transistors. So basically there are three regions are there. So that's why, one second. Hello. Okay. Uh, so here we have three regions, emitter, base, and collector. So whether it is PNP or NPN, so we are call them as a base region, uh, emitter, base, and collector region. So from these regions, there is a current flow will be takes place. That's why these are called as if the current is from the emitter, it is IE, emitter current. If the current is from the base region, it is IB, base current. The current is from the collector, it is called as IC, collector current. So like this, we have different current for the different uh, regions of the transistor. Okay, so generally IE is equals to IB plus IC. So IE is nothing but the current in the emitter. So emitter will emits the charge carriers. Those may be electrons or holes. If it is NPN transistor, it emits the electrons. If it is a PNP transistor, it will emit the holes. Okay, so the amount of the current which is emitted, and that emitted current due to these charge carriers will be received or collected by the collector. Okay, so due to the doping concentration of the materials. So after that, the transistors are configured as a three types. That is, so we can operate the transistors in the three types of configurations. So configurations. Okay. So for this, we have to apply the input, and we have to take the output. So for that, we have to create, for applying input, we have to give between two terminals. To take the output, we have to use two terminals. Okay, with respect to another terminal. So that's why the another terminal makes it as a common. Okay, so that's why it is called as common configurations. So based upon the terminal which is made as a common, it is called as common configuration. Suppose if you consider this transistor, NPN transistor, the base region is combinedly commonly placed as a common base configuration. So emitter, base, and collector. So for the input side between E and B, this is input side, and C and B, so this is the output side. Okay, so for any type of the transistor, so the base and emitter, or emitter and base should be forward bias, and collector and base should be reverse bias. So here we are applying the source VEE. So this voltage is applying to the emitter and base. Okay, so this is the n-type transistor, NPN transistor. That's why negative terminal is connected to negative terminal of the battery, or emitter is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So like this, whereas other side, the collector here is again this negative NPN. So N terminal or the collector terminal of the transistor is connected to positive terminal of the battery. So then this is reverse bias. Similarly, we can do for the PNP transistor. Okay, so when the base is common for the both the input and output, then it is common base configuration. Similarly, if we can connect the emitter is a common for the emitter is common and input is applied between base and the collector, then it is common emitter configuration. So that we will also discuss in further. Similarly, we have a common collector configuration. So the common terminal which is to be made, so that should be from that we can get the configurations. Common base config, three types of. So based upon the base, emitter and collector, there are three types of configurations: common base, common collector, common emitter configurations. So this figure shows the common base configuration. So common base configuration for the NPN transistor, and this is the PNP transistor which is connected in common base configuration. Okay, so here, so there is a some equations are there. Okay, that is a amplification factor, current amplification factor alpha. So it is ratio of the output current to the input current. So I was told that, so the input is emitter and base. In between, this is the current. This current is called input current, that is IE, and here it is the output current, that is the IC. So amplification, that is a current gain. So current gain is nothing but output by input. So here we are talking about the current amplification factor. Okay, so amplification factor of the current. So that is current, output current to the input current. Output current to the input current is the ratio, that is the amplification factor alpha. So in common base connection, input current is the emitter current and output current is the collector current. Okay, so input current is the emitter current IE and output current is the IC. Okay, the ratio of these two will gives the current amplification factor. So the ratio of change in collector current to the change in emitter current at constant collector base voltage is known as the current amplification factor. Common collector base voltage should be constant. Collector base voltage should be constant. So then the ratio of change in collector current to the change in emitter current is known as the current amplification factor, that is alpha is equals to delta IC by IE at constant VCB. So it is clear that current amplification factor is less than unity. So because IC is always less than IE. IC, collector current, is always less than the emitter current. That's why this alpha factor or amplification factor is always less than unity. Okay, so this value can be increased by decreasing the base current. So this is achieved by making base thin and doping it lightly. So practical values of alpha are in the range of 0.9 to 0.99. 0.9 to 0.99. Okay, these are the practical values of the alpha. So it is always less than unity, alpha value. So next, expression for collector current. So so for the transistor operation, so from the emitter, current does not reach the collector. Total amount of the current, the whole emitter current does not reach the collector. So some of the due to recombination in the base region, some of the current will be goes through IB, goes to the base region, that is called as IB, and remaining current will be reaches the collector. So the collector base junction is as the collector base junction is reverse biased, therefore some leakage current flows due to the magnetic carriers. So already we are told that it is reverse biased current. The collector and base junction is reverse bias. That's why some leakage current will be present. So that leakage current So here, so this is the IC current. So this IC current is a combination of the emitter current which is coming towards the collector and the leakage current. So some of those two currents. So some leakage current flows due to magnetic field. So the collector current consists of the part of the emitter current which reaches the collector terminal, that is alpha into I, and the leakage current I leakage. So this current is due to the movement of the magnetic areas across the base collector junction on account of the reverse bias. In the reverse bias condition of collector and base, there is reverse current will be also present, and that's why the total collector current IC is a combination of the alpha IE. Okay, so from previous it is IC, alpha is equals to IC by IE, IC is equals to alpha into IE. Okay, so the current due to emitter current and leakage current. So both the currents will constitute the collector current. So this leakage is abbreviated as ICBO, I suffix CBO. It meaning that so collector to base current. See here, if they observe this figure, collector to base current when emitter is open. So this O meaning open, collector base current when other terminal is open. So other terminal is emitter. So emitter is open. So ICBO, collector to base current when emitter is open. So ICBO is indicated in figure this one. So this is the reverse current or leakage current. We can call it as reverse current. ICBO, so which is present in the crown wave configuration. So from the previous substituting in place of I leakage current, so we can substitute ICBO. So ICBO, okay. So from that IC is equal to alpha E plus ICBO, and we know that the emitter current I is equals to IC plus IB, summation of the collector current plus IB, and substitute this IE in this equation, we will get IC is equals to alpha into IC plus IB plus ICBO, and taking IC factors, IC common terms left side, you will get IC is common factor 1 minus alpha is equals to IB into alpha plus ICBO, and IC is equals to substitute by dividing 1 minus alpha on both sides, we will get alpha by 1 minus alpha into IB plus ICBO by 1 minus alpha. Okay, so like this you can get IC is equals to alpha by 1 minus alpha into IB plus ICBO by 1 minus alpha. Okay, so that is about the collector currents in the crown base configuration. So coming to the characteristics of crown base connection. So how the transistor will be produces different characteristics. So when the input voltage is increases, and what is the collector current, and when the what is the collector current when the input current is changes. So to analyze the characteristics of a transistor, so we have to use the two types of characteristics. So that is input characteristics and output characteristics. Input and output characteristics. So coming to input characteristics, it is the curve between emitter current and emitter base voltage VBE at constant collector base voltage. Okay, so we can obtain the emitter current. Okay, so current is taken as on the y-axis and base to VEB. The voltage between base and emitter is the VEB. It will be taken as on the x-axis, and this is when the collector to base voltage is constant. So it should be maintaining output voltage between collector and base should be maintained constant at that moment. So we can increase the emitter to base voltage, and how the emitter current will be increases, that we will study for the crown base configuration. So if you observe this is the VGE applied voltage. So if you measure the voltage across E and B, that will become as VBE, and the current in the emitter is the IE. And if you measure the voltage across the collector and base terminals, that becomes as VBC. Okay. So while maintaining VBC or VCB voltage constant, so we can increase the VBE, and according to that, how the IE current will be changes. This should be recorded. So we can increase from 0 to some value of the voltage, and for that we can draw the graph sheet. So that represents the input characteristics of this transistor. Okay, input characteristics of transistor. The next case, what we will do for output characteristics, we will increase the VBC. Okay, and for that, how much current is flowing in the output side? That is IC current, and that is possible when the IE is maintaining constant. When IE is constant, so what is the current IC with respect to the VBC, the voltage between B and C? Is the change of the VBC that will give the output characteristics. So for any type of the configuration, we can get this like this, the characteristics, input and output characteristics. So if we consider the input characteristics, so VEB, so we will get the voltage between, we will increase the VEB, and corresponding IE current will be noted when the VCB is constant, when the collector and base voltage is constant. So we will note down the current IE current for a increasing of the VEB. Okay, so if we consider this waveform, then VCB is equals 0, the IE current is increasing in this way when the VEB voltage is increasing from 0 to 50. Next, by maintaining the VCB, collector base voltage is maintaining as 10 volts. Okay, so as a constant at that point of voltage, if you increase the VEB, the IE will be increased in such a way, in like this. Okay, so this waveform will show the variation of emitter current with respect to emitter to base voltage, when collector to base voltage is constant. Okay, so with this these are called as input characteristics. So from this we can have some notified points, that is the emitter current IE increases rapidly with a small increase in the emitter base voltage. So if you observe this, for a small value of VEB, the emitter current will be increases. Okay, rapidly, small increase in the emitter base voltage. It means that input resistance is very small. Okay, for count based configuration, input impedance or input resistance is small. The emitter current is almost independent of the collector base voltage VCB. So this leads to a conclusion that emitter current and hence collector current is almost independent of the collector voltage. So input resistance is given as the ratio of change in emitter base voltage to the resulting change in emitter current at constant collector base voltage. So resistance is nothing but the output by, resistance is nothing but voltage by current. So here the voltage is delta VEB, change in voltage between emitter and base to the emitter current delta IE when the VCB is constant. So that is given as RI. So delta VB is nothing but the change in the input voltage. So input voltage is VEB. For a given change of the input voltage, what is the change of the current? That is delta IE. So like this we can obtain the input resistance from the graph, from the obtained waveform. So that is input resistance. Generally this input resistance is small, in the order of few ohms. So similarly for the output characteristics. So output characteristics is obtained between the collector current IC and the collector base voltage VCB at constant emitter current IE. So here input current, that is the emitter current making as a constant, will get the characteristics for the VCB and IC, collector current and the voltage between collector and base. Okay, so with this, generally the current is taken as on the y-axis, and base to collector to base voltage is considered for the x-axis. Okay, so from this graph we can these are the characteristics of output characteristics of common base configuration. Okay, the collector current IC varies with VCB only at very low voltage. So the input when the input VCB is the voltage VCB, for a small change of VCB only, there is the increase of the IC current. That is very low voltage. Less than 1 volt only it will be increased. After that it is constant. Okay. So that's why this transistor is never operated in this region. Never operated in this region. So because the current is very small value, increasing of the current is very small value. Okay, so when the value of VCB is raised from 1 volt to 2 volts, the collector current becomes constant. Okay, so from the 1 volts to the higher values of VCB, the current is constant for fixed IA. For fixed or constant IA current, the graph is obtained like this. When the IE is 2 milliamperes, if we increase the VCB from 0 to 1 volt, it will rises from this point to this point. After that, from 1 volt to further 2 volts, this is the IC current is almost constant. Okay, so it means that now IC is independent of VCB. So from this point of situation, the voltage, point of voltage, if we increase the VCB, the current does not change. So that's why IC is independent of VCB. IC is independent of VCB, that is collector base voltage. And it depends upon the IE only. It depends upon the IE only. So this is consistent with the theory that the emitter current flows almost entirely to the collector terminal. So the transistor is always operated in this region. So the next one is very large change in collector base voltage produces only a tiny change in the collector current. For large change in the collector base voltage, if you change the very large value of collector to base voltage, for that there is a small change in the collector current. So it means it is offering very high resistance. So that's why output from the output characteristics you can find out the output resistance. Output resistance is very high. From this characteristics we can find out it is having very high resistance. Similarly, output resistance. Output resistance is defined as the ratio of change in collector base voltage to the resulting change in collector current. Okay, at constant emitter current, IE. So there is a delta indicates the change in voltage. So delta indicates the change in voltage. So output resistance RO is equal to delta VCB by delta IC. Delta I is here, it is capital letter I and suffix C at constant IA. So the output resistance of CV circuit is very high, in the order of several tens of kilo ohms. Okay, so input resistance is very low and output resistance is very high for the common base configuration. Similarly, common emitter configuration. So if you consider the common emitter configuration, here emitter is common for both the input and output side. So input current is the IB and output current is the IC. Okay, so from this we can get the base current amplification factor. So current amplification factor from the common emitter configuration is called as beta, whereas for the common base configuration it is alpha. So there are three amplification factors. For common base configuration it is alpha, common emitter configuration is beta, and common color configuration is gamma. Okay, we can represent like this. Beta is the common for the common emitter configuration current amplification factor. So amplification is nothing but gain. So here current gain. So what is the gain here? Output current is IC and input current here is the IB, because emitter is common for both the input and output side. Emitter is common emitter, and we will apply the input between B and E, and we will take the output between C and E. So that's why it is common emitter configuration. So the amplification factor beta is equal to delta, that is change in IC by collector current to the change in base current. So delta IC by delta IB. Okay. Next, so in this case, the IB current is almost very small when compared to IE. IE, the IB current is very small. It is around 5% only of the emitter current. That's why the if you observe the beta value delta IC by IB, so IC is equals to IE, and IB is very small. So most of the amplification will be done here only. So for small value on the denominator will produce as the gain higher value. It produces the higher value. That's why we will get the IC by IB is very high value. That's why it is called. So the beta is generally greater than 20. Generally it is greater than 20, and it is in the range of 20 to 500. So this type of the connection is frequently used. It gives appreciable current gain as well as voltage gain. So generally you can use the common emitter configuration for most of the cases, because it produces the more current gain and higher value of current gain and voltage gain. Okay. And the relation between beta and alpha. So we have to relate the alpha from the common base configuration and the beta from the common emitter configuration. So whereas beta is equal to delta IC by IB, whereas alpha is equal to delta IC by IE. Delta IC by delta IE. And we know that IE is equal to IB plus IC. IE is equals to IB plus IC from the currents equation. Currents, transistor currents, previous slides, last slides we have seen. IE is equals to IB plus IC. And from this, we can also represent the change in delta E, change in current. The change in current delta E is equal to delta IB plus delta IC. Okay. From this delta IB, you can get delta E minus delta IC. Okay. So substituting the value of delta IB in expression 1, beta. So beta is equal to delta IC by delta IB. Delta IB is equal to delta E minus delta IC. And dividing the numerator and denominator to the right hand side of expression 3 by delta E. By dividing numerator and denominator by delta E. That is delta IC by delta E by, to gives alpha by 1 minus alpha. Whereas alpha is equals to delta IC by IE. So beta is equals to alpha by 1 minus alpha. So generally this IC beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. So as the alpha approaches unity, it is clear that as alpha approaches unity, beta approaches infinity. Alpha approaches the infinity, then it becomes beta approaches the infinity. Alpha approaches unity, beta approaches infinity. So in other words, the current gain in a common emitter connection is very high. It is due to the reason that circuit arrangement is used for 90 to 90% of the all transistor applications. That's for 90 to 95% applications of transistor applications. Current common emitter configuration will be used because its current gain is very high. Very high. So current gain is very high means you will get when we apply small amplitude of the signal, you will get higher amplitude of output voltage. Okay, suppose the applied signal is having 2 volts peak value, and by the amplification of this transistor, you may get the around 20 output voltage is the 20 volts. So like this, there is amplification will be possible by the common emitter configuration. So these are the expressions for the collector current. So you may read your own, no problem, you will get easily. Okay. So here IB is input current, IC is output current, and IE is equals to IB plus IC common, and IC is equals to, whereas IB is equals to alpha into IE plus IC. This is the equation from the common base configuration. We have taken this is from common base configuration. Okay, so from equation 2 we get IC is equals to alpha E plus IC below, and whereas IE is equals to IB plus IC. Substitute IB plus IC here. So that will give alpha into IB plus IC plus ICBO. And separating the IC terms, we will get IC is equals to alpha by 1 minus alpha into IB plus 1 by 1 minus alpha into ICBO. So whereas alpha by 1 minus alpha is corresponds to beta. Alpha by 1 minus alpha corresponds to beta. And here, one more thing. So in the common base configuration, we have the one ICBO, so reverse saturation current. Similarly, in the common emitter configuration also we have a reverse current. Collector current will be current to emitter. So there is a reverse current will be there. So that is ICEO, collector emitter current with the base is open. The current, reverse current from the collector to emitter is there. So that reverse current ICEO, okay, current with base open. So ICEO is equals to ICEO is equals to 1 by 1 minus alpha into ICBO. Okay. So from this you can get replace the 1 by 1 minus alpha into ICBO with ICEO. ICEO. Okay. So whereas alpha by 1 minus alpha is equals to beta. So IC is equals to beta into IB plus ICEO. This is the current equation, that is current equation from the common emitter configuration. Common emitter configuration. So this is the concept of ICEO, how the ICEO current will be produced. Okay, that we can see in this slide. The emitter current is the collector current plus base current, and base current is IB. Collector current is beta into IB plus ICEO. Okay. So what we discussed previously, that is thing only. So characteristics of the common emitter connection. So characteristics of the common emitter configuration. So you can observe this. This is the emitter and this is the base and collector. So this is the VBE. Okay. So this is the current flowing through the base is measured with microammeter. Okay. So we can measure the in terms of microamperes. So that is IB. And the current flowing through the collector will be measured by using a milliammeter, which is the current is in terms of milliamps, and the voltage across the collector and the emitter is measured by the voltmeter, that is obtained as VCE, and the voltage across base and emitter is measured by voltmeter, that is given by VBE, base to emitter voltage. Okay. So we can have two characteristics, input and output characteristics for this also. So in this case also same we can do. We'll keep the VCE is constant. VCE is constant, and we will increase the VBE. We will record the IB, base current. Okay. So VCE, by keeping VCE is constant, we will increase the VBE and we will get the IB current. So with that we can plot the characteristics, input characteristics. By keeping VCE constant, to change the VBE and record the IB. Okay. So that is the input characteristics. So for this, first VCE is equals to 1 volt and VCE is equals to 10 volts. By keeping VCE is 1 volt, increase the VBE and record the IB current. So we will get this type of the waveform. Okay. So if you observe this, these waveforms are similar to as the forward bias diode. So okay. So these waveforms are similar to as the forward bias diode. So in the forward bias diode also we can get the current in the shape of this one. Okay. The characteristics resemble same as the forward bias diode curve. Okay. And as compared to CB configuration, IB increases less rapidly with VB. So that's why input resistance is somewhat higher than the CB configuration. The input resistance is order of few hundred ohms, and the input resistance is change in the VBE by change in the IB, So I think you know that how to take the change in VB by change in IB. Okay. The value of the input resistance for C circuit is order of few hundred ohms. Similarly, output characteristics. So this output characteristics is obtained when the IB current is constant. So in the previous circuit, in this circuit, we will measure the IC with respect to change of the VCE when IB current is constant. When IB current is keep in constant, we will increase the VCE by measuring the IC. We will measure the IC. So these two values will plot in the output characteristics. Okay. So here IB is equals to 5 microamperes constant. IB is constant, and we will increase the VCE, and you will get the IC current. So that is 1 milliampere. Now we can increase the IB to 10 microamperes, and due to that, the for the same input voltage 1 volt, you will get the 2 milliamperes of the signal current. Similarly, like that, if you increase the IB current, then 10 to 15, the current is increased to 3 milliamperes. Like this, the current is IC current is increasing. Okay, the collector current IC varies with VC for VC between 0 and 1 volts only. So after this, collector current becomes almost constant. So after that 1 volt, the collector current is constant. So this value of VC up to which collector IC changes VC is called knee voltage. The transistors are always operated in this above knee voltage. So from this above knee voltage, collector current IC is approximately equal to beta into IB. So from this, output resistance is obtained as delta VC by IC at a constant IB, and the output current CE amplified output resistance C is always less than that